Muted.
Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of OptionPit.com. With the AM Volatility Report reminder, this is for education purposes only. Know this should be considered investment advice. Consult your financial professional. Options have risk. Well, here we are, and you can see VIX is down 50 cents significantly. Meanwhile, the market is finding a little bit of a bid. Kind of an ugly day yesterday, but then we rallied pretty hard after the close. And so a lot of times these Fed moves are very one-offy, if you will, in that they are one-off events. In this case, so far it appears to be that way. You can see volatility is in, the vol futures are in. There's a decent amount of vol premium coming out everywhere. The only area where things still are pretty stiff, take a look at that VVIX. 95.37 with the VIX at 12. That is unusual for that to kind of happen. All right, so typically you don't see things. That's where the VIX is 1270. We're right near an all-time high, and VVIX is 96. That shows you there's still a lot of demand for protection. It's also, I think, implicit of all the volatility on downside put. The 11.5 puts, which are included in VVIX, are 86%. Even some of the Jan options, if we pull up Jan, Jan options, there is some real bid on all of this downside stuff. So volatility in puts has changed the last last month, where there's a demand on some of that downside. So there's some shifts going on in VIX that I think are really interesting. At the same time, it's changing that VVIX model. But one thing I would continue to say, VVIX at 95 tells me that there is some continued nervousness, even if the VIX itself is at 1270. Looking around SPX individually, it is Thursday, so this is one of the few days where there's not an expiration, but there is expiration tomorrow, and there is some interesting trading and term structure that sets up. We continually see that sometimes they overprice out the weekend. That's been a trade that we've been following now that there's almost daily options. There are periods of time where there could be 4 expirations in a week, and they're going to be adding more. So if you want to learn about daily options, you can go to our store and buy the daily options course. There's a lot to learn and a lot of opportunity in these options we feel here at OptionPit. Looking around the individual sectors, you can see that materials, energy, a lot of flatness. There's some strength in technology in the financial. Shocker, the financials are showing strength. Shocker, there's after that technology summit, they're showing some strength. Retail also up nicely today. But really, the only soft area is XLU, and that's because of those plots. I was making a joke yesterday. It is shocking that we care what these dots say and what people think of them. My joke is that those dots are really just really slow Morse code for the Fed, they're slowly typing "save our ship" because they're realizing that they're in over their head and they don't know what they're doing. But it is a day that looks like we may creep higher. We may see that kind of a snapback. Yesterday was very reactionary, but also algo-driven. When you see trading like we saw yesterday, let me pull up SPY. Get a daily chart here. When you see a tick chart here, when you see a day like yesterday where you see kind of these huge swings where we go down, then all the way up, then down, it's very algorithmic, I would say, and so I would venture to say there's some algorithms involved in yesterday's extra sell-off, and so I don't put a ton of stock in it. And you can see the market doesn't either because we're now up 9. So, you know, that tech summit must have gone well, and the market seems to have said, you know what, maybe yesterday was a little bit of a reaction, and they're not really taking a lot of heat here. All right, folks, if you got questions about OptionPit, email me, mark@optionpit.com, or call our number, 888-TRADE-01. And I hope everybody has a great morning, and I will talk to you soon.